Groove music.
Peace. My name is Brother Kyle. I'm here today to talk to you about dope sisters who we should know. Today, we'll be meeting a sister who sells crystals, and she also educates people about crystals. She talks about the positive benefits of having crystals. She talks about the mental health benefits of crystals, and she's very much into how to balance out energy using crystals. So let's find out more about this awesome sister. Her name is Zola, and the name of the business is called Crystal Jawn. Peace. Today with Sister Zola, and Sister Zola has a business called Crystal Jawn.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us about Crystal Jawn.
So, Crystal Jawn is basically about bringing the information of the healing properties of crystals to urban communities. Because I didn't learn really about my first crystal until I was 25. And me being a teacher of younger children, I wanted to bring that knowledge to them. So that's kind of just Crystal Jawn. We're just out here. We're teaching the population about the healing properties of the crystals. We believe that everything is put here with purpose, and it's just about tapping into the purpose of the different things the Creator created.
Okay. So, how did you get started in your journey with crystals?
I kind of purchased a crystal, and I didn't really know what it was. I was kind of drawn to it, but what I realized is that naturally we are drawn to the nature, the elements. Like when you're younger, you may have collected like shiny rocks. You might have gone to the beach and collected crystals. Thank you. But what happens is as we get older, we lose that connection because we get farther and farther away from nature, you know?
Wow.
Like when you're young, you might play in a sandbox or, do certain natural things.
Yeah.
But, the older you get, the more you're cut off,
Yeah.
Naturally.
Wow. Why do you think that is?
I feel like we're all born with the natural curiosity about the world around us, but I think at some point we feel like that it's not as appealing to other things that we're being fed, Or it's like we aren't exposed to a lot of it, certain, like we might live in high-rise projects or you're not in a situation, you might have row homes, you're in a situation where you're around the forest or you're around, the ocean or you're around certain things, so they become less important, but when you're a child, these things are brand new to you and, you learn, oh, this is a part of my world. When you get older, it's like it's about my apartment or my vehicle or, so you get a little cut off.
So, explain with this journey, learning about crystals, what has it done for you? How has it helped you in your life?
So the one thing that the crystals do is they help to unlock certain stagnant energy within your chakras. So when you have stagnant energy, it might look like if it's stagnant energy here, you might be heavy-hearted. You might feel everything here. You might be very empath, take on a lot of people's problems. You don't have a lot of balance here. You might be over-emotional with that energy here. If it's within the crown chakra, it looks like indecisiveness. It looks like I can't make my mind up. It looks like I don't know clarity. With your third eye, it's like you don't trust your intuition. Something like that might be as simple as you wake up in the morning, you're craving orange juice, you ignore that craving. Later on that day, you get a fever. Your mind, body, and spirit was telling you I need vitamin C, but you didn't trust the intuition. So even when you're driving, you're like, yeah, man, I shouldn't get on 76. I know it's going to be traffic. You get on, it's traffic. Like you already know. So every knowledge that we need is in here already, but it's about us following it, us trusting ourselves, us believing that we are knowledgeable enough to trust what we feel. So the crystals help with that. Another thing I've noticed is that they help to build up my aura where it's not easily penetrated, because I used to be like, something can happen to me and it ruins my whole day. Or I can't get past them because my aura wasn't thick. Everybody talks about thick skin, but when your aura, like people, energy is transferable, so it's always looking for a place to go. So even if somebody came in here right now and if their energy was like this, if our aura wasn't set, now we like this. And that's why you might go to a party and everybody's like, because that energy is intoxicating. But you might see one or two with thick auras and they just sitting there like, they seeing through the matrix. So it definitely helps to build that up.
For people who are not aware, please explain what is chakra and what is the significance of chakra.
So to explain chakras, the best thing that I can say about it is that they're basically energy points. So we have 7 basic energy points. There's more, but we're talking about just the basic. So you have your root that deals with being grounding. You have your sacral that deals with your creativity, your sexual. You have the solar plexus that's kind of towards the belly area. And then you have the heart and the throat for communication. And that's a big one. I'm actually starting a podcast called Throat Chakra Thursdays because I feel like in our communities we do not, like this is good, like talking, expressing, getting your opinion, me telling you how I feel and you be able to tell me how you feel, and even if it's different, us still being able to express that. I think with the rise of social media, just conversation, real actual even texting. Like, you didn't get my text, I text you. But actual conversation has been less, So that's a big thing. And you see it in children. Some children are born with their chakras blocked. They might not talk for a while. They might not walk for a while. They might do things really late. And you're like, why is my... But it's all about, like the chakras are like kind of like muscles. When you work on them, you keep them healthy. Like if you don't work on letting things go, your heart becomes heavy. And it's not balanced. So that's just like a basic from the little bit of knowledge I have. There's so much knowledge on it, but I try to explain to people when I talk about energy, how crystals carry certain energies. The best example that I have is I brought some crystals out. So I have, hold up, because I ain't checked this before I came. So this is a piece of shungite and it's only found in Russia. But that's the energy.
Wow.
It's good. It could. So that's the energy. That's a high vibrating stone. Other stones can't do that. So that's hematite. Can't do that.
Wow.
So that's why I said it's important when you talk about the energy to show people the energy, behind the stone.
So what's happening here right now?
So basically, in this raw form, shungite is such a high vibrating stone that it can still conduct electricity.
Wow.
And that's kind of like a stone like this protects against radiation, electronic magnetic waves. You keep it over your microwave, around your Wi-Fi, around your phones. This also is the lakes in Russia with the shungite are the only lakes in the world that you could drink directly from. No other purification process is needed because this here is like the miracle stone. Those Asian detox foot baths that pull those toxins out is crushed up shungite in it. So, that's what I'm saying, like, and this doesn't look like anything, so no one's worried about it. Then someone decides to study it and learn about it, because this is kind of like ancient knowledge, but it's been lost. Okay. So now we're just finding out again how, protective. Like, if you go to a crystal show, your devices are going to be like, you're going to be like, I didn't get no service in here, certain things, because the crystals help protect against all of that EMF, radiation, solar smog, and in us being bodies of water, liquid, we don't understand how much the elements impact us. Like, there's solar storms going on, and you might not be able to sleep at night. Go look at NASA, because the solar storms be working you. So even though you're sleeping, they're still affecting you. Just how the moon affects the tide, we get affected. People like, oh, it's a full moon, people acting crazy. Like, that stuff is true, We get affected a lot by what's going on in the universe, but we don't have a lot of knowledge of what's going on in the universe. So for focus on our Earth, our planet, what we see in front of us.
Wow, that was heavy. Thank you for that demonstration.
Yeah, I had to. When you show people that, now they listen.
Right.
You know, because
Right.
it's like she's talking energy, but energy is so real. Everything is energy, you know.
Okay. What are some good sources of information to study? Like, what if, and how have your studies been? What have you been studying?
I definitely will tell everyone to read a book by our brother. He's actually a Philadelphia native, Ross Ben.
There you
He
go.
has a book called of Age of the Stone.
Okay.
Sorry if I said that wrong, but that book is filled with information. And I tell everybody also start one place. Start maybe with your birthstone. You know, start one place. But the way knowledge is that when you open one door, a lot of other doors are waiting, you know? But it's about just starting somewhere, you know? So, you know, some people are like, what's your birthstone? I don't know. You know? I'm like, well, go find out, you know? And then, I mean, because the more you learn about other things, the more you're able to understand who you are and where you're at and your path, you know? So no knowledge is fruitless. So.
You have an event coming up.
Yes. I'm sorry, it's such a big event. I'm like geeking over here. But we have a Philly Crystal Cookout coming up. And it's basically an event that I decided to have because in this city, I've never seen some people wearing crystals. I was in Ohio for years. You might some have like cute little rings or something like that. But as far as copper wrap, that ancient way of wrapping and holding those crystals, dating back to how the ancient Egyptians would do it, you didn't see that, you know? So I felt like this magical city, and why people don't even know, like, oh, I was just drawn to buy this and wear this. They don't even know. I'm like, what's that stone? Why you have it on? I don't know, I was attracted to it. But the thing about the crystals is, they know what you need. So I might have a bunch of crystals out, and the one you're drawn to, we could look up the properties and that would be the one that you needed. You know, it's about following your intuition when you pick them. Like I always say, we don't pick the crystals, they pick us. So I decided to have this event because I wanted to highlight the art of wrapping crystals, because it is an art. And we have a lot of people in the city who do it. We have a lot of people on the East Coast who do it. And for this event, I was able to get people to come out from ATL, Florida, Maryland, California. And the way we're fashioning it is kind of like a rap battle of crystal pieces though. So each vendor is going to have on display a crystal jewelry piece submitted for the competition. And the judges are going to vote, and then we're going to crown a king or queen of crystal wrap. And that's just the start of tradition, but there's also a whole healing day party where you get Reiki done, you can get massage done, we're doing yoga, you can get singing bowl therapy done, you know, chakra balancing therapy, you can get all these services done, and you know, kind of just putting that out there, these natural ways of healing. So that was the point of me having it, because we don't get a lot of those opportunities. You know, there might be an Asian pedicure place on every corner, but there's not like a place with crystals on every corner. You know, you go to the corner store, you could get a Tylenol, but you can't get a crystal. So it was just to kind of like put that out there for us. You know, in North Philly Peace Park, I'm thankful for them because they're actually working our children's corner where children get crystals for trying different vegetables. So, you know, the one thing I always try to do is when we're healing, I always want to have a space for children too. Because I always say, imagine if I was brought up like this and knowing about these things, you know, and thank my mama for how she did raise me, you know, with the best knowledge she did have. But I try not to exclude the children from you know, the healing event. And it's going to be big, you know. It's about starting our own tradition, doing the things that we want to be a part of. And eventually we're looking to put Crystal Cookout mobile. We go to different cities and we do them in different cities. So this is just the beginning. A lot of support, you know. Really thankful.
Awesome. Just briefly, please speak to the healing component of working with the crystals.
The healing component. So that's big. That's a big question because there's so many different crystals for different healing things. So it might be as simple as you have a headache and you're using a crystal to draw that migraine out. You know, you could do things like that. It could be about you feeling like you're not charged up and you're meditating with the crystals and letting the energy flow in and let that negative energy push out and kind of like, you know, getting a charge from it, you know?
Right.
Because that's something that, you know, we won't naturally do. We'd rather go to the doctors and say, hey, write me a prescription.
Right.
But before we get there, we never try the natural thing, you know? And I just used to be like, it's not just ginger ale out there. So there's so many more things that you could use. So even for like creating a crystal elixir, when you're putting certain crystals that are able to be put into the water and using your water with the crystals, you know, getting the energy, the healing properties of that stone.
Wow.
You know, so it's a big thing. Even with the crystal Reiki, where you know, get the crystals, sit them on your different chakras and help to unblock, get that energy moving. Even in face roller, you know, circulating the energy, because a lot of times that's what it is stagnant energy. You know, energy doesn't, like, even if someone, like, not even just touch, presence, just, you know, I had a situation where someone left something in my house and I kept feeling them in my home. I'm like, why does this person energy still feel like they're here? And here I am finding their things in my home. So that's how energy, you know, attaches to something. And it can be good or bad energy, you know? So the crystals definitely help with that. You know, creating so energy doesn't transfer to you as easily, because, you know, we be victims to energy. It's like, why you let that situation get you like that? That's so out of character for you. But the energy was there, you know?
Right,
so you
right.
there with it.
Right. Wow. So the crystals kind of it can have a cleansing type of effect almost.
Yeah, cleanses your aura. I'm even wearing it. Like, I look back on any time I've done something out of pocket, and I'd be like, yo, I ain't have no crystals on that day. Like, I look back at it, I'd be like, yo, I was wild in that day. You know what it was? I'd be like, look at that picture. I have not one crystal on. That's really what it was, because it really does. Like I say, even like the insight, the clarity, you know, it kind of helps to amplify. You know, like you be like up here with the intuition. You know, be like, no, I got a bad feeling about that. Then I hit you up like, yo, man, it was crazy. Lucky you didn't come. But you be like, I trusted that feeling, you know, because that's your guide. You know, a lot of times we have the guides out here. You know, we have the warnings here, but we ignore them because we're following our pleasure and what we want to do. You know, you're like, you had the signs. You already knew, but you did what you wanted to do. So now, you know, you see what all those signs were about. Yeah.
Do you want to just tell the folks your contact information, your IG? If they want to find out more about the event coming up, how can they do that?
Yeah, so you go to Philly Crystal Cookout. You could Google that, but phillycrystalcookout.eventbrite.com. You can find that. I'm on social media, Crystal Jawn, Jawn. Some of y'all be spelling like Crystal John. I don't know what y'all be spelling. Jawn is Jawn. And I'm Crystal Jawn at Gmail. Crystal Jawn on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm most active on my Instagram. I also have a pop-up shop. Shout out to the Vision Venue, 410 South Street. I'm here most Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
But it's the summer, so you know we in different cities. We're popping up. You know we're doing different things. I offer a lot of different services. I can help you with creating a crystal corner in your home. I can help you identify crystals. And I can help you kind of just get started, but it's definitely something everybody should get into. You know, you got crystals in your compasses, crystals in your phone, granite, like crystals in your walls. Crystals are everywhere, but it's about intentionally using them. You know, because everything is based off intention. You can have a crystal at your home, but if you don't have no intention for it, it's it's not gonna, work for you. So that's what they're here for. The Creator put them here for us to use, to heal, and to benefit from them. So don't miss out. It's like the easiest, cheapest, therapeutic thing you're gonna get into because they're not expensive.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for your time, Sister Zoe. That was very informative. I feel like I learned a lot.
Yes, thank you. Anytime. I always like to talk about it, to get it out there, because I like for us to see us talking about these things, So I think that's important. So definitely. And I have Philly Crystal Club. So just hit me up on Instagram and we can really get into it because it's a lot going on.
Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Peace.